In the days to come, the sugar industry threatens to take on menacing proportions. Our reporters across the country paint the picture for you.
Despite a notice taken by Supreme Court and hype-rated in media, the government remains unable to overcome the shortage of sugar and regulate its prices. The consumers have really become a rolling stone in search of sugar, as commodity is not easily available in the markets.
Earlier, the government has increased the supply of sugar to around 155%, though it is available in some of the shops of the city, but it is being sold at rupees 60 per kilogram.
No sugar is available in this government-run utility store. The customers, they are coming, but they are going empty-handed, since no sugar is available here.
Meanwhile, the pharmaceutical companies say if sugar supply doesn't improve, there will be a dearth in children's medicine.
Because if it's not available, the product will not be there, and we may face a severe shortage within the next 15 days if the sugar quantities are not made available to the pharmaceutical companies.
As we look ahead to see what comes next, it turns out more and more people are believing that invisible forces are working to prevent President Asif Ali Zardari from completing his term. Azhar Syed brings us up to date on these invisible forces.
For President Asif Ali Zardari, it is a game of survival. Having weathered the latest political storm on the National Reconciliation Ordinance, the rumour mills in Islamabad are churning out stories of invisible forces. One PPP-membered National Assembly, Akhundzada Chetan, is quite vocal in his opinion.
ये आईएसआई का सेल है और उन्होंने अब काम शुरू किया और अभी जो कुछ हो रहा है सब लोग यही समझ रहे हैं कि एस्टेब्लिशमेंट का जो सियासी सेल था वो दोबारा न ये कि मुतहर्रिक वजूद में आए बल्कि मुतहर्रिक हुआ और कुल के सामने.
But it's not just PPP members who are talking about a campaign against the president.
We have to shift the power center from the GHQ to the parliament, and this will take some time.
His dubious past still rankles many serving and retired officers of the military.
Well, the background has always been questionable. He is known as Mr. 10% when he was Benazir's husband and he was the Prime Minister. His present tenure hasn't done much to correct that impression either.
The political history of this country is evidence that destabilization is an old habit.
Of course, if we look at Pakistan's political history, invisible forces have always been active, from the creation of IJI to manipulating elections. If we go and dig even further, we will find on various occasions they have tried to orchestrate the political system.
The increasing tension in political system are causing mistrust between the government and the people. This is the ideal environment for invisible forces to undermine the democratic norms. But democracy needs time to mature. Will invisible powers let the system run without a -1? Azhar Syed, DawnNews, Islamabad.
On Friday, U.S. National Security Advisor General James Jones held meetings with Pakistan's Army Chief and Foreign Minister. Next, he met Prime Minister Gilani and finally President Asif Zardari. Word is, General Jones was here to inform Pakistan of the broad contours of decisions made by Obama and team in the AFPAC review meetings. As the US reviews its policy, the BBC has discovered that UK officials have also proposed a strategic reconciliation between the Afghan government and Taliban leaders, including the so-called Quetta Shura leadership. Now, sources at the Foreign Office also suggest that Pakistan is looking for a holistic solution in Afghanistan, which includes the Taliban in a broad reconciliation. Recently, ISI Chief General Shuja Pasha was in Saudi Arabia to seek their help in initiating talks with the so-called Good Taliban. And with Afghanistan set to top General Jones' agenda, one can expect revelations on Afghanistan and its repercussions on Pakistan to surface soon. And amidst a volatile national climate and after months of planning, this week also saw Fashion Pakistan Week in Karachi. Cyrus Vikiji takes a look at how the event showed the world a different side of Pakistan in the face of adversity.
Dominating the headlines for the last few weeks have been images of pillage and destruction as Pakistan enters a new phase of fighting the ever-menacing onslaught of extremism in the country. And so, Images of art, culture and fashion are a welcome change to counter the world's impression of Pakistan. And Fashion Pakistan Week is a bold statement of the country's diversity.
We're fighting a war, I know. Things are horrible, I know. But, you know, I think the world needs to also see that there's a reason we're fighting this, that there's a life.
Featuring over 30 designers, it wasn't just a lineup of familiar faces and names, but a chance for new designers to showcase their talent. And not just to people at home, but to an international audience. Pakistan Fashion Week has had the international media buzzed with a story from Pakistan that does not feature extremism, bombs, death, and military action.
I have no background in fashion at all. I know nothing about it, but we want a story which is different to the usual bombs and Taliban in Pakistan.
On the ramp, the 3 days were packed with some exciting and creative designs. Cyrus Vikiji, DawnNews.
And there it is, the week's top news for you only on Weekap. Write in to us at weekap@dawnnews.tv. Tell us what you think should be shaping the news headlines for the week ahead. I'm Nadia Zafar. As always, stay tuned to Dawn News.